In this video, I'm going to go over the shoulder and show you exactly how I do keyword research to rank for competitive terms like Miami SEO Agency, Boston SEO Agency, and more. Stay tuned. So before we get into the video, there's two quick announcements. Number one, if you want myself and my agency to do this type of work for you, all you got to do is go to webrist.org, hit the contact form. I'd love to talk to you. The video that I'm actually going to show you is behind the paywall of our paid training, the Blueprint training. If you like this style of training, this is one video of 10 that goes into our keyword research series, along with the tools, the templates, and all the other tricks as well. You can grab all of this at the blueprint.training. But what I want to talk about today in this video is literally going over the shoulder and showing you exactly how to fill out our keyword research template step by step, and also giving you the thought process and the psychology for understanding the right keywords to select when you want to rank for competitive keywords. There's also a follow-up video to this where I'm going to show you how to take this and actually implement the keyword research through the on-page optimizations. A lost art. A lot of people just do keyword research and then stop, but we've actually got to put these keywords into action, and that happens during the on-page process. So be on the lookout for that video, which is coming next. So we start our keyword process using an audit that we call the website quality audit. The website quality audit runs completely through our Google Sheets add-on. We just go through, we launch the sidebar, and we can launch any single template that we want within our agency's arsenal or anything that's within the Blueprint training. So this all starts with the website quality audit, where we identify the pages that we want to go through and do keyword research on. Once we have those pages done, we're able to basically make a copy or fold that file into our keyword research template, and then it's just a matter of taking the data that we have from the website quality audit and then transitioning it over to the keyword research template. Now, the keyword research template is also part of our Blueprint add-on suite. Again, all these things are part of the Blueprint training. That's the only way that you can get access to the Sheets add-on at the moment, but all of our tools and templates are stored in this very handy sidebar for quick access, literally one click away from having all of our templates, selecting which client we want it for, and then launching it and running it. So now that I've showed you how to set up this template that we're going to use, let's actually jump over the shoulder and show you how we do keyword research step by step. All right, so after we've got the website quality audit data pushed into here, we can begin the keyword research process. So the first thing, like I've said, like I like to do, is go through and verify these keywords that we pulled through from SEMrush. Now, the main keyword, this is going to be pulling the top keyword by total search volume. So for this page, the keyword that has the most volume, it's going to pull through here in the ranking. The best keyword is going to be the highest ranking keyword. So you can see Weber's is ranking number 1. This is ranking number 4. This has a search volume of 1,000. This one only has 320. So that's why this one is the main. That's why this one is the best. So what I want to do is first I want to go through and I want to verify that this keyword is correct or not. So for the homepage, it's always a little bit tricky because we don't necessarily know what we want to rank it for. Do we want to rank it for a keyword, or do we want to go for a brand name? So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to open up the website and get a little bit familiar with it so I can understand whether we want to go branded or whether we want to go with a specific keyword. And at the same time, I'm also going to dump it into Ahrefs or SEMrush, whichever one you prefer, so I can get an idea of the keywords that are ranking and the pages as well, so we can determine how we want to target the homepage versus how we want to target landing pages. Now I'm going to come back to the website. Okay, so this website is about marketing services. This is a marketing agency. We've got results here on the homepage. It looks like they've got 6 different services that we offer: analytics, content, web design, social SEO, blah, 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 case study, reviews, and then all these different locations. So they've got 6 different locations. Let's see, these will all open up to a dedicated landing page too. So right off rip, again, I'm just going to save you time because this is my website and this is already optimized. But these pages are all built to rank for local SEO keywords. So you can see here that this is going after Miami SEO. So this page is targeting localized SEO agency keywords, while on the home page, we've then got links here down to service pages, which are targeting broad keywords. So I would be under the assumption that we would want to target national keywords for these service pages. So analytics agency would probably what we want to target this, or analytics service, analytics consulting. Again, that's just off the top of my head. I'd want to dive in deeper. Versus these local pages, which would be going after localized keywords. So Miami SEO, potentially Miami Analytics, if we were to build those landing pages out, which we'll talk about a little bit more. So going back to the homepage and how we want to deal with it. So again, because I know my brand very well and I set this up on purpose, because this is a local website that also has these services pages, I would put the priority on ranking the local pages because it's going to be a lot faster and a lot more targeted as well. Somebody searching for a Miami SEO company versus trying to rank this page nationally for SEO. Number one, this is going to be way more competitive. But the intent behind a national search is going to be much weaker than a search for a location-based company. So with that being said, going after the homepage for, like for example, our headquarters is in Miami, right? That's where the office headquarters is. Trying to rank the homepage, it's probably be a little bit easier to rank this homepage for Miami SEO because ranking homepage is always a little bit stronger. But then what happens is it sends the wrong relevancy down to these pages. So if we have 6 different locations, we want to rank all these in local different markets. If the homepage is ranking for a location, what does that tell search engines about these other pages, right? And just a quick story on this. So when I first launched the website, the homepage was ranking for Miami SEO. And then I decided, hey, I want to expand into more markets. So I opened up these pages, verified GMB listings, and then went through the process of launching this Miami SEO page as well. And let me just pull this up here so you can see this as well. So what I had to do was I had to go through and do a couple things. Number one is I had to broaden the scope of the homepage. I had to remove any keywords on here that were referring to the homepage as a Miami SEO company, change the title, change the layout and the design. And then what I did also was you can see here that you can see our location pages ranking here. So what I did was I went through all the backlinks to the homepage and anything that had an anchor text for Miami SEO or anything that was related to calling that page that I was linking from an SEO company. I did a manual review and I asked them to change an outreach campaign, and I asked them to change the link destination from the homepage to this page, and that worked really well. And I was able to then, over about a 6-month period, push this page up and drop the homepage from this search result. So with that being said, that was a long story. With that being said, what I want to do is I want to target this homepage at something broader. So what I'm going to want to do here for keywords, and again, I apologize that I'm going through this pretty quickly, but I have an understanding of the homepage. I have an understanding of the business, obviously, because it's mine. The website's already optimized, so I'm just trying to give you as much of this thought process as possible. I'm just going to go ahead and hide these. So what I would want to do is I would probably want to make the homepage something broad, like what's a keyword that summarizes all of our services, analytics, SEO, Facebook at a national level. I'm going to call it digital marketing agency, right? And then what I want to do, so I'm just writing this down. What I want to do is I want to take this keyword, and I just like to come to Google to verify these things. Oops, sorry, digital marketing agency. So what I want to do is I want to find the best version of this keyword. So you can see that this is a little bit higher. It's a little bit skewed. I would use Ahrefs, but it's a little bit slower. And then what I like to do is just come down here to the bottom, and I like to see if there's any better keyword of that version of that keyword. So I'm going to say no. So is it maybe firm or something too? So firm. Let's see if that is a higher. That has much lower. So agency is probably going to be the way to go. Do we want to go internet marketing? That's another option too. So the first one was 48,000. This one's only 19,000. We could try online marketing agency, 4,400. So I was right the first time around. So the primary keyword here would be digital marketing agency. The volume, for lack of a better one, I'm just going to call that 49,000. Again, I would actually go through and I would get this keyword volume from a different source. Generally, what you can do is go into like Google Keyword Planner and just dump all these keywords in bulk and just scrape these all. But for the purpose of this, I'm just going to leave it there as well. And then what you can do is come through your keywords to get the current ranking. What I like to do is just come here to organic keywords, and then I'm just going to type in digital marketing agency. So you can see Miami, this page is still ranked for Miami. That's not the one that we want though. We want digital marketing agency nationally. So we're just gonna call this not ranking. Okay, then for secondary keywords, we want to put in the brand name. We want to put in my name because those two keywords, they're already ranking for it. They're good keywords. And then what supports the journey of a digital marketing agency? So if I'm searching for a digital marketing agency, what are the keywords on the page that would help that page rank? What else would I be searching for? And again, this is where this comes back in here. We come back to digital marketing agency. I just like to start this. So services might be one, Course might be another, but that doesn't necessarily, if the intent behind looking for a course versus looking for an agency are completely different. We don't want, these are all in India, we don't want any of these. That would be not ideal. So I'm just going to type this digital marketing agency in, and then you can see it starts to localize after that. So what I also like to do is come and put the cursor here in front of it and click space. Near me, how to, no. So these are all going to be the keywords that we don't want. Again, the intent behind how to start a digital marketing agency is not what we want. Somebody looking how to start a digital marketing agency is going to be much different than somebody looking to hire a digital marketing agency. Names is obviously bad. And then again, all these localized ones, we don't want. We want to put ourselves in the shoes of somebody searching for a digital marketing agency. So my next tactic is to come down here and to see if there are any FAQs here, which there are. So what is a digital marketing agency? What is a full service digital marketing agency? What's included in digital marketing? So these are all pretty interesting. I like this one here, types in full service. Full service to me, digital. I'm just going to type this, sorry. I like full service digital marketing agency as a keyword because, again, the search intent behind that tells me that if I'm looking for a full service digital marketing agency, I'm looking for an agency that does everything. Facebook, paid search, SEO, I want an integrated plan. So another one might be, that's another good keyword too. So what I can take that after that is maybe look up something like full service digital agency, full service marketing, advertising agency. Let's just call it full service marketing firms. That's another one. So another one here would just be another version of the keyword, could be digital marketing firm, internet marketing agency, online marketing agency. So these are all different variations of keywords that are going to be saying the same thing. Another thing that I could be doing would be like digital marketing case studies. Case studies is interesting to me too, because the intent behind this is if you're looking for case studies, you're looking for results. Looking at the SERP results here, we see these listicles here. We don't necessarily see, this is a good one. So this is pulling from, these both are, this one, three. These three here, all on the first page, these are all pulling from agencies' case study pages, which is interesting, right? So again, if I'm looking for a digital marketing agency, I'm looking for somebody who gets results. Case studies show results. Digital marketing. And you don't have to put this in, actually, to be honest with you. To make it quicker, you could just cut this down to just be like results, because you all know they're talking about the same thing, but for the purpose of this video, I'm going to be doing that. Okay, so the other things that you could put in here too would be the individual services. Again, if you just go through and look at how I optimize my homepage, I have the results here. I've got the different services listed here, and I've also gone and put in more supporting keywords here. So implementations, analysis, strategy, content, outreach, authority, conversions, increased traffic, increased leads, paid campaigns, high converting organic traffic. Again, so if somebody's looking for an SEO agency, I go down to excuse me, to the micro level when I'm doing the on page and the copywriting for this stuff. That if I do these 6 services, what are the keywords underneath SEO, link building, content that people are going to be searching for to help support that search as well. So authority, again, relevant sites, link placements, those are all good semantics for link building. And then here too, even this case study here, you can see here, this is intentional. I could have written a summary of this, but what I wanted to do is put more of these SEO strategy, local SEO, all of these things here, all these words on this page point to the fact that we're a full service digital marketing agency, right? The fact that SEO, Facebook, influencer are all on the same page really points to the fact that this is not an SEO agency, this is not a local SEO agency, this is a full service digital marketing agency. Then of course reviews, this is just for conversion purposes. Then I've got the locations down here, and all of these things of course deep link in. At the end of the day, your homepage is not going to be your most important keyword research page. It's really going to be more of a splash page, right? Your homepage is always going to have a low bounce rate. People are always going to be coming to your homepage and then looking to path deeper into the website. So we want to make sure that yes, the keyword targeting is good, but more from a UX point of view and an on page, that we're accepting them at the homepage, showing our work, and then pushing them deeper into the site for further discovery. So that's the homepage. That one's done. The journey for this one, I would call this I would call this consider. It's pretty deep. Like, it depends how you look at it. It could be either deep in the funnel or high in the funnel. Just based on these keywords, if somebody's looking for these keywords here, these would be consideration keywords. About and contact, I'm actually going to skip these. I don't think they're overly important for keyword research. I have them in here from more of a UX and on-page point of view, which we'll talk about later in the modules. So I'm going to skip these. Getting here into locations, I'm also going to skip this one as well. Actually, you know what? I'll go through and do this. So this locations page here, what it is, it's not going to have any keywords. You can see it's not pulling any keywords. So this is more of a, I don't want to call it a hypothetical, but building this one from the ground up from scratch. So what this page is this is just a splash page that's showing all the different locations that we have in tile format that people can then click on these and view the different locations. So what I've titled this page here is Weberus Office Locations. So what I've decided to do with this page is make this more of a branded page, right? This page is not going to rank up anything of value to the website, right? But like, what would you make this page rank for hypothetically? Marketing agency with multiple locations, marketing agency locations, nothing really of value. So what I would do is I would make this a branded page. Weberus Locations, Weberus Offices. I'm going to skip the volume and ranking here because you know how to do those things, but I just want to show you how to find keywords for this. So Weberus Offices, that's really it. Weberus Locations, because all the location-based keywords, those are going to map down into these pages here, which I'm going to talk about right now. The point of this, why I did that one is and not skipped over it, is because you need to assign keywords to every page, but understanding that not every page has to have a buyer intent, and some pages keywords should actually map to people being able to find it. So just staying on this page for a second. If I was aware of the agency Weberus, I knew that I wanted to hire them. I just wanted to find one that was in my city. I saw somewhere that this company had multiple locations. What are you going to search for? Are you going to go to Google and search for marketing agency with multiple locations, marketing agency near me? No, you're going to go and search for Weberus office locations. Maybe even Weberus. We could do this one. Weberus near me, right? What is the closest Weberus office near me? So what we can do then is we can drive people into that page. We want people to find and search for, again, if we're here. So you can see here, it's gonna pull the ones automatically that are closest to me, but then it's gonna rank this page here that's gonna drive and splash me in. So again, this is a quasi splash page too. Same thing with results. They don't necessarily have to be a conversion focused or any sort of like discovery type keyword where people are going to be discovering you for the first time. A lot of times SEO is just getting people to the right page on your website through search. So that's a little important lesson too. So next one I want to talk about here, let's do Miami SEO. All these are going to be pretty much the same thing. These are all location pages. These are all, local landing pages. This should be local lander. These are all local landing pages. So these are all going to be pretty much the same versions of themselves. I'll do two as an example just to give you a little bit of context. So this page here, let me just get this, sorry, when I'm logged in it looks a little bit jammed up. This page here is about Miami SEO. And I really want to spend some time on this page because everything from how I keyword research to build this page is really important. So let's see here. Looking at the keywords first, so it's ranking for two really good keywords. Miami SEO, this is 2,900. And then SEO agency in Miami. So what I want to do is I want to use Ahrefs for this one. I'm going to come to the Keywords Explorer. So what I want to do is I want to find the best version of this keyword, the one that has the most volume of, again, going back here, I see that there's obviously two different variations of this keyword that people are searching for in quite some volume with quite a bit of intent. So what I want to do is I want to find the best possible version of this keyword. So what we can do is we can use Ahrefs Keyword Explorer. You can use a number of different keyword tools. Whatever tool you use is really not important. It's more about using one that you have access to and one that you're comfortable with using. So you can see here, we just come down here. It's going to tell us all sorts of different information about this keyword. But then it comes down here and it's going to give you more keyword ideas as well. So this here is just scraping the search results. What I want to do is I want to find not only the one with the highest volume, but the one with the highest intent. So Miami SEO, usually I would drill down into something like Miami SEO services or experts or consultants because it has a little bit more intent. But because this one just has astoundingly the most volume, I'm going to keep this one. And again here too, so this is not, these are not localized. We want something that's going to be localized. So we want to make sure that we're using that. So I'm going to make this main keyword here, Miami SEO. And we can just use the keyword that's in there. We're currently ranking third for it. I mean, if we're really being smart here, we'd probably just copy and paste that over, right? Now, secondary keywords. So this is really important, and I want to talk about this for a minute. So going through here, all of these different ones here are going to be good variations. So Miami SEO is going to be the head keyword, right? Going into traditional SEO terms, but then going into different variations. Agency is a version of that. Services is a version of that. These two keywords here you don't necessarily need to record because, and same with SEO Miami, like we don't necessarily need to waste time and space in a spreadsheet recording just words that are flopped, right? These are the same keyword essentially. Yes, they have different volume, but putting this one on the page is not necessarily going to give you that much more of a ranking than having this one. What we want to do is find different versions of this keyword that support this main keyword. So we can open up these two different search suggestions reports, and I'm also going to go ahead and just, I'm really comfortable just using Google and then using this keywords plugin tool to help guide me, because a lot of these scraping tools are just literally just scraping this stuff too. So as said, I always like to come down here, and I also like to go through and review the sites that are ranking to see if they figured something out, especially the top sites. Cotton's a friend of mine, so he's chose to go with Miami SEO and digital marketing. So again, digital marketing is the parent version to me of SEO, so he's added that in there. Local, this is interesting, Miami SEO bitch. Number one review, this is mine right here. I'll talk about this more on the on page about how I wrote this title. I got this beautiful SERP listing here. Miami SEO Colton. So most people are here going with Miami SEO, as you can see. But what I'm going to do is start to type these in because we already know. So we know Miami SEO company is going to be one. And then, so what I did there is I went through and I just did company, agency, experts, and consultants. So, and I might even want to put in consulting because that's a different keyword of consultants. Consultants is a plural version. Consulting is looking for more of a specific service. Of course, let's just set it myself. Miami SEO services. All these different things, and if you wanted to too, you could change these things up. So it could be like SEO agency in Miami. Again, it doesn't have to be like when you think about using these keywords on a page. If it's all just Miami SEO company, Miami SEO, blah blah blah, it's a little bit redundant. So again, coming up here and getting a little bit smarter with these things. SEO consultant, these are just going to be the highest volume ones, but it's not overly necessarily important to get the highest volume ones. It's also important to get the ones that are going to help to drive different wording on the page. So Miami SEO services, so this one was, what was this one keyword here? SEO services Miami. So let's use that one instead. SEO services Miami. Okay, so let's go back up into Ahrefs, see if we can scrape any more keywords here. Classes, no. Best Miami SEO, that's always a good one too. I like to put best in there. Best SEO agencies, companies in Miami. So the best keywords are good to have in there too. Local SEO is going to be another good one too, another good keyword to have on there. Local SEO. Solutions, design. I wouldn't put design in there, even though they do go hand in hand. Okay, so it looks like we scraped most of those. SEO expert. I'm going to talk about more about these two in a second. In Miami, my SEO company, expert, firm. Could throw firm in there as well. Okay, so it looks like we got most of these keywords here now. So I want to go back to the page now, and while it's on my mind, I want to talk about just quickly the on page and the keyword usage on this page. So you can see here, to get the best, instead of like writing Miami's best SEO agency, what I like to use is top rated, because it kind of says the same thing, and it's something that you can also justify, and it's something that people can verify for themselves, right? If you just say like we're the best company with nothing to support it, it's kind of a false claim. It's also like old school SEO spam. It just doesn't look good. But saying Miami's top rated SEO agency, you can verify that with Google reviews, etc., etc. What I've also done here is you can see SEO experts, right? So when I said SEO experts is a good version of When we're talking about an agency versus a consultant versus an expert, an agency is a group of people. A consultant is a singular person, or consulting is a service of SEO. And then experts is just how do I put this? It's someone's knowledge base. You're looking for, that's almost like an adjective of Miami, like expert Miami SEO agencies, right? It's kind of like an adjective of that. So it's a nice way that we can add this keyword that people are searching for high up on the page. To really drive that home. Also, what I like to do is I like to look at, and this is more of the on page than in the keyword research. Keyword research is more black and white, cut and dry. On page is a little bit more of a creative process. But since Miami is a highly Spanish city, I like to put things like bilingual SEO experts fluent in English and Spanish, because while those keywords might not be showing up in these keyword tools, they are going to show up when people are searching for it, because people will probably be searching in Spanish. People might be looking for this keyword maybe in a very small amount, but even having that page on there, again, it's not necessarily about rank for that specific search, but it's about building the entire and overall relevancy of that page to push up for those searches semantically, right? So Google's going to associate us with saying that because we have this on the page, that Google knows that Miami is a heavily Spanish city. Even having these keywords on the page is going to help us to rank for these. That's just my opinion and my theory, and clearly it's working. So you can see here I've already gone into our consultants too. White hat, Google friendly methods. Again, like I know that especially people who don't know much about SEO are calling it like Google SEO experts. They throw Google in there, so we want to make sure that we have that on the page. Same thing with Bing, Yahoo. People are when we're getting into more long tail searches, I've only covered the heads here. But when we're getting and talking about more long tail searches, this is what people are searching for. They're going down into Google, Bing, Yahoo, search engines, all these different things that are going to help us do that. And then again, dozens of Miami companies. So I'm just throwing all these different versions of our keywords in here that we discovered before. This section here then goes into talking. This is just a great way to add more content and context to a page. I like this little kind of tab navigation here that talks like, so when we're talking about if you are looking for an SEO company, what are the things that you're looking for? Technical, keyword, content marketing, link building, reporting, all these different things, or all these different ways that we can add this in here too. So you can see here, here's the SEO expert consultant, Miami SEO agency, Miami-based SEO consultants. So you can see here by adding all this different content to the page, we can easily jam these keywords in here in a non-spammy way. Again, here too, when we are the top reviewed SEO agency in Miami, I've got verified reviews that are linking out to here. Prior, blah, 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 Google, South Florida too. So this is another good thing too, is that instead of just going with the exact city over and over and over again, adding some deeper context to it by putting the state and even like the region, South Florida. Could even go into like talking about Dade County. There's all different sorts of things that you can use with different semantic keywords. Again, they're going to help build the relevancy of really placing you in Miami. And I also like linking out to these things, linking externally, because this is telling Google, this is linking Google and linking the relevancy to the Google listing into Facebook to really show them that we're a very legitimate and highly reviewed business. And then just putting these into the subheadings too, into H2, Miami SEO services. These are all just, again, just more ways to add content to the page while keeping it very clean looking and, conversion focused. This is an actual map embed too, which is nice too. Again, getting the Google products involved on a page never hurts. YouTube videos are great too. And then down here, what I always like to do, this is kind of like my new thing, is adding FAQs to pages. When really what I like to do is just scrape the Google suggested searches here and just add these in. So again, do you only work with Miami-based companies? No. Pricing is another thing that people ask about. Location, links, content. These are things that, like, when I go through a consult too, these are like probably the questions that I get asked most. Like, do you build links? Do you write content? How does your pricing work? I want to make sure to get those on the page, because again, when we're talking about building a highly relevant page that satisfies searcher intent and search, like when all these people are searching for these in aggregate, and Google is associating these all with one keyword, right? Miami SEO. Then we want to make sure that we're building the relevancy and context of the page to really capture that. So just to show you how well this page is performing, this is our Miami SEO page, Miami SEO, SEO agency, Miami, experts. We're ranked for all these things, consultants, experts, consultants, and agency. We're ranked for all those things, which is really awesome because, again, these are all basically different keywords that we're ranking with one page. And I'll talk about this more on the on page about how to write titles just to show you real quick too what I did to break up the monotony of the SERP. So when we went back and we looked at the SERPs, everyone had the keyword Miami SEO in there, but you can see what I did here is adding in things like the number one helps to break up the I on that. Reviewed, just to talk about our reviews, Miami SEO company, even put the trademark in there too to break up kind of the eye tracking pattern. And free SEO consult, I wanted to put in the word consult in the title too, right? So instead of saying SEO consultants, what I did was I put free consult, which we do have a free consult offering, which kind of drives clickability. Captures eyeballs again, but also gets that word consult in the title. So again, we're driving home that we're Miami SEO company, we're Miami SEO, and we're also consultants, all in the title without using it in a very spammy way. And again, like I said, I have all these different pages that I link to these pages all down here within the footer. Our Boston page also ranks. You can see Boston SEO expert. This page ranks really well as well. And I went through and did pretty much the same thing. I got to change the same, but you can see here I changed up the copy to reflect this city, and I even externally linked here to Biz Journals to Boston, again just to really hyper show Google that this page is really about Boston, to the point where like we're willing to externally link to a page that's about Boston. But everything else here is pretty much the same. The copy is all completely rewritten, completely different. But the format of the page is the exact same thing, and the keyword strategy and targeting is the exact same thing too. So when I'm going through and I'm filling out these keywords, you can really save time by basically just taking these. I like to go through, but you can basically just spin these through, like this is for New York. You can just kind of spin those through to get those out. So for the rest of these, it's really just more of the same. Let me do one more for you so you can see how I would do a national page. So those location page, let's talk about how I do keyword research for one of these national pages like analytics. So I just launched these pages. And really when I'm launching a new page, what I like to do is start off by doing competitive research in the SERPs and just knowing and understanding what that keyword might be. So something basic like analytics services. And then I would just scroll down, and so I can see IBM's ranking here, Science Soft, Business Analytics. So what this is telling me is that this is not the type of analytics that I am looking for, right? This is like big data analytics. This is BI. This is not marketing, Google Analytics type stuff. So what I want to do is highlight this even a little bit more. Analytics services company. Nope. That's not what we're looking for either. So again, you can see here just digging even more into this intent. Azure, Azig, Data Analytics Services, AWS, Google Analytics Services. This is interesting. This is where we're going to want to be more of. So let me click on this one. Yep, and you can see I've already been through this. So what I like to do is I just like to take these top results and I like to dump them into Ahrefs to spy on their keywords. And what I'm looking for is I'm looking for an authoritative page that's ranking for keywords across different spaces, just like my Miami SEO pages. So this was probably going to be the one that we want. You can see the rank first for analytics consultant and services. These are two both really good keywords: analytics consulting, Google Consulting, analytics service, Google Analytics partners. It's a tough one, analytics agency. So again, these are going to be the three ones that we really want: analytics agency, analytics consultant, analytics services. It looks like analytics consultant has the highest volume, so this is going to we're going to want this to be the main keyword of the page. Primary keyword, the volume of this was 360, and we are not ranking for this. Secondary keywords would be services, Google Analytics agency. Again, going back and saying, if I'm looking for both, if I'm looking for these services, what is it that I'm looking for supporting information? So it would probably be something like certified Google Analytics partners, certified Google Analytics partners. Let me see what else we can mine and scrape from here. Nothing there. Let's look at this page now. See, this is another one. So I'll just do the same thing. I would just keep dumping these pages. So you can see here consultants and Google partner. They've linked out to theirs. That's really good. Strategy, implementation, optimization. So these are going to be other really good keywords too. So what I would want to put in here, I just know analytics services really well. Analytics strategy, analytics implementation. I would even put in things like analytics measurement, planning. So what I'm trying to do too here is not only keywords that people are searching for, but keywords, again, that are going to help build the context of this page. We want to try and put keywords in here in the secondary keywords that are going to inform us in the next step for how we want to format the on page and the copy and the formatting for each of these service pages. So so you can see here too, there was an interesting one here too. JSON, this is interesting. Analytics services. Let's go try consultants. Rates, that's an interesting one too. So maybe like information about analytics, rates, or pricing, things along that nature. These are more just placeholders for anything. Consultant salary, no. Consulting services. Let's see what this pulls up. Web analytics consulting, that's another one that we'd want to put in there too, because it's not just about Google. Well, actually at this point, and this is why I did it. So this is just more tips. You can see here what I did. I already did this keyword research, like I said. So this page here is analytics services, and then going through this process, I found, oh wow, this is mostly about Google Analytics services. I want to dedicate a specific page that's just to Google Analytics services. So what I did is I created a page underneath the overall analytics platform and made it Google. And then the same thing here, and this is why keyword research, again, can really inform like site structure. This is why we do on-page afterwards, and this is why we do content strategy afterwards too, because keyword discovery should help us find opportunities for new landing pages. So again, I already had these done, but if I was doing this, if this client only had this one page, I'd be going through this and saying, hey, look at, yeah, we can make this page just about Google Analytics, but do you do more than Google Analytics? Yes, we do Adobe, we do web trends, we do all sorts of different analytics, we do Search Console, we do Tag Manager. So what you want to do is go through and create specific landing pages for each one of those. So I made one for Google Analytics, I made one for Search Console, I made one for Tag Manager, and again, these are all different keywords and different service offerings that we can use to capture traffic and convert more customers, because people are searching specifically for these things. Then we can take these. So what I would want to do is I would actually want to move these down to here, and I would want to move this one to Web Analytics Consultant. So again, just like kind of like how I did with our homepage, about making the homepage the root in the head term, and then linking down into these service pages. Same thing here with analytics. So if we're saying that analytics has multiple different spokes that pop off of the root term, then what we can do is we can make the main landing page analytics the broad one, so web analytics. And this doesn't necessarily have to have that much volume, because we're saying that these pages underneath that have all the long tail search and all the long tail intent, we're going to try and rank these, and we're going to use this page as more of a splash landing page. So that's exactly how I would handle that. And then I'm not going to go through the rest of these because I think you should get the picture now. It's just really more of the same. I would pass this to my VA, and I would have them scrape all these Google results to top 3 results, and then let this thing populate all this data and start to populate the results type, start to populate some of these charts to help us to understand what's ranking, the authority of what's ranking, and then we can start to build out our target pages to push this into later in the campaign. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you guys have any questions, hit me up in Slack. I'll see you in the next video. So that's how to do keyword research step by step, guys. In the coming video, I'm going to show you guys how to do the on-page portion of this. But as always, if you like the video, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, leave me some love for the next time, and I'll see you guys in the next video.